Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to RDNA. I am Mr. Williams, aka the Irate Mastermind, according to the Wu-Tang name generator. And I come to y'all this morning with some good news, I guess. The father and son that have been that are shot and killed Ahmaud Arbery were arrested yesterday and charged with aggravated assault and murder. So that's a good thing. It's a first step in the right direction. I know once the video came to light earlier this week, the outrage, you know, began to grow pretty fast, and rightly so. You know, just hearing the story and like I watched the video first before I think it even really had blew up nationally or on social media, and it's just like it was crazy. To imagine that, cause like I got teenage sons, man. These dudes are tall, black, you know what I mean, and I worry about them cats all the time. You know, I don't worry about myself as much as I feel like I can get out of the situation, hopefully. But as far as my kids, whether it's fear or whatever, man, people don't understand, like for real, the anxiety that black families go through. Just living in the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like people just refuse to believe that every black person is not a criminal or like black people run. We do the same stuff that everybody else do. You know, some of everybody is out doing something bad, but when you just look at a black person, you see a suspect. You know, we shouldn't have to tell our kids that their eyes can't linger. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody might suspect them or something. How who has to do that but us? Spending our time telling our kids what they're limited to, what they can and what they can't do. You know, all in the breath of trying to keep them safe because other people don't know how to act. Other people don't know how to respect our life. They don't know how to respect our sovereignty as human beings. You know, it sucks to have to tell your kids that. But now, if you're being a good, honest parent, you have to. And more proof is shown every day. Every single day. You look around like there was like 2 different shooting incidents involving police and the suspects in Indianapolis in the same day, and then a cop like hit a lady, pedestrian lady walking. She wasn't doing nothing. He just hit her on his way to work. You know, if you could be like empathetic and imagine what it would be like, you know, to be in the last minutes of that man's life. Like that man walked out his house, went for his run, and that was a wrap. That was it. You know. And I don't know about other people, but every single time I read something or I hear something like this, it makes me think about that every time I leave my house. That it could be the last time I go out that door. It could be the last time I see these kids. You know. And it's heartbreaking. Especially like as I personally get older, and I was 25, you know what I'm saying? Like I had my second son when I was 25. You know. So I remember being 25. You know what I'm saying? I can remember being 17 like Trayvon. I remember being 23. And to looking back and like imagine that damn video all been over at that age. You know what I'm saying? Right. And not to mention just be over that it's gone in such a terrible, terrible way. Like you was basically hunting down, just doing something naturally that you do. Just trying to stay in shape as an athlete. You know. And then you got to pass in the way that you do. And there's controversy surrounding it. People would take your life and then slander you. To say that your last deeds on this earth was being a burglar in broad ass daylight. Not that it doesn't happen, but you know. But it's good that the first step in the justice process is done. You know, those guys should have been arrested that day. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? And who knows? You know what the case is? Did the police see that? And apparently, law enforcement saw that tape the first day, and they thought it was cool. You know, but when it leaked out, you know, and how they leaked out, because the person that recorded the video, and not to focus too much on the negative parts of it, because the whole thing is negative, but the reason why that video exists is because there was somebody with those dudes recording the whole situation. Now, this person could have been recording this for protection for themselves, who knows, but what we saw appears to look like, no, I don't think none of this would happen had y'all just not followed that man. You know, and it's kind of the same case with Zimmerman and Trayvon. You know, had Zimmerman just minded his business, Trayvon still be alive. You know, George Zimmerman wouldn't be a pariah. You know, simple as that. You know, and it's sad. It's a real sad situation because like history has so many examples of this same thing. Like, and more now you got video. You didn't have, you know, back when things used to happen in the 50s and 60s, you didn't have no camera. You know, like basically the whole town would know what happened, know the circumstances of what happened. And these people that took a black life, they could go right in jail and go right in the court and be acquitted, you know, because they got a jury of their peers. You know, and they all feel about the same, about how much a black life is worth. You know, so a lot of times there wasn't no justice done. Now I would hate to think that in this particular situation, that in 2020 some justice can be done. I mean, like some real justice where these guys feel the breadth and the levity of what they did. You know, because they ran down this man who didn't know they was coming. They need to talk to him with rifles. Nobody's going to take kindly to that because, you know, who are you, first of all? Who are you? You're not an officer of the law. Who are you to question my sovereignty as a human being and stop me for anything? And again, I say with guns. Who stops and talks to people with guns? What black dude in the South stopped and talked to white dudes with guns in pickup trucks? But we're gonna see how this thing plays out in the court of law, man. And I hope these guys get exactly what they deserve. Which is a good hard time. It's Mr. Williams, RDNA. I'm out.